Aero's got DSQ'd. Tim has got DSQ'd, both missing their grid box there. It's 5 red lights, and we're underway for the Japanese Grand Prix. Right, Melbourne actually looking a bit shaky there on the start, but it's going to be a better launch than JB, who's going to be under attack from his teammate Lanny there. Lanny, though, his academy mate Lanny there. But then he's been absolutely smashed into by the Red Bull behind. And that's a V-carb off and into the grass, gets it moving again. His words. Fortunately, Jurgen's going to be able to take this opportunity to try and catch back up, as there is a Mercedes round, and Gyro is round, but he's got the car moving again. He's spun it round, and he's going. Ricciardo finding a position there. Griefer, the big winner off of start, up to P4. Jurgen regaining... Oh, Tim, no. It's up to Melvin to decide when he wants to send it. He's already sent it there. And he's now not really caught out JB. In fact, I think JB might have a better run here. But Lanny has found the timing on his teammate JB. Griever's found the timing on Ricciardo, but Jurgen's absolutely sent it there. Almost looked like he outbroke himself for a second there, but he's got the position. He's done the move. He's found the position. Gyro also getting past there, and Griever falling down quite a few positions there as Lanny and JB swap positions. The Ferrari now ahead of the Haas. As we can see another Ferrari in the background. Griever there getting past Ricciardo up to P6. And that is a Mercedes on the gravel. It's Gyro. He re-enters. Is it safe? Mostly looks like it. No contact with anyone. Looks like he found a timing to come back on without really having any contact with anyone there. Yeah. But Ricciardo now slotting past Griever there. Griever having some pretty good racing here. As Gyro now looking to get past. Looks like he's done it. Ryanair also getting past. Griever just losing out on a lot of positions here early on. As Melvin now crosses line, 131.529, and that's your fastest lap for the time being. Jurgen here, though, is looking for the move on JB, and just absolutely gets it done. It's Jurgen there going down the inside of the Haas in front of him, gets the move done. Pretty impressive overtake there. Has everything he needs to go for the overtake. He uses that slipstream, dives to the left of Jurgen here. Does he get the move done? Almost too easily there with the DRS, as Ricciardo gets the move done on Gyro as well, and it's up to P5 into turn 1. Now, Lanny's doing... There's two very common occurrences in these races. Melvin just disappearing off the road in whatever car he's in, pretty much, and just making a massive gap. And then you've got Lanny slotting into P2 and doing something very similar where he kind of just follows behind Melvin. It's like... It's similar to the old TNK races where TNK was in Mercedes. He'd always just barely be behind Melvin for the entire race. Only slightly off by a couple attempts each lap. But it'd just like stretch across the whole race. And it's going to continue onwards and onwards for the next 20 odd laps, to be honest. DRS trains... It's not even a DRS train, it's just DRS overtakes. Just very predictable. They typically make a pattern here. JB now making his way past Jurgen, looking to struggle a bit into turn 2 there. Game UI still thinks we're under a safety car. Can I get rid of that? Can I, like... Get rid of it, but it doesn't change anything. As JB goes alongside Jurgen there through the chicane. Little bit of contact, though, and JB does ghost. Is he going to come out ahead? Looks like he does. Who's going to have the DRS, though? It's Jurgen, and that's going to allow him to try and get back past, and it does, but now Gyro's in the mix here, and he's also going to get past JB. Is Ricciardo going to be looking to do the exact same thing? Lanny now also starting to put... Lanny now also putting up quite a impressive gap to the cars ahead. JB getting quite a nice overtake there, actually. As JB now, he's going to have that DRS. He's going to be right on Jurgen's gearbox. He's going to slide to the inside and move on past. Meanwhile, Ricciardo looks to do the same to Gyro and gets the move done. Gyro now down to P6 on those hards. To be fair, that's a 6/10 gap. That's almost a second between Jurgen and Ricciardo. They're almost breaking the DRS here. Griever actually is willing to risk it into 130R. Okay, not willing to fully risk it. Gets alongside up towards the corner. Corner. Backs out before the corner itself, though. And he has unfortunately collected a 3-second for track limit. It's going to come back. That's going to be an issue later on, I can imagine. As DRS opens up for everyone. Jurgen getting past here. Championship standings so far, actually. Final race of the season is the finale here. Jurgen's going to come into the pits. 10 laps on those mediums. Doesn't speed into the pit lane. Okay, that's an interesting battle. So, right, JB at the moment, P3 currently. P3, that's what, 15 points. P6, that's, P6 is 8, P7 is 6, so that's what, 14? Okay, so... Oh, but he's got a 10-second! Oh, this could mean everything! For the Haas RB Constructors battle here. No, not really. Mercedes just in a position of their own as Gyro collects a 3-second, and Lanny and Ricciardo both come into the pits. Ryanair, though, staying out. He pitted under that safety car. He's going to allow Gyro his win, allow Ryanair his P2. Finally, the safety car UI has disappeared, which is quite nice. And JB P4 currently. Getting past Lanny here temporarily. Looks like Lanny staying out on those mediums. Detrimental to his lap time here. As it's a Ferrari 5-6 currently. Griever, the new guy, is ahead. Is Lanny struggling a little bit? Exploring the gravel there in between Degna 1 and Degna 2. So yeah, struggling a little bit. He led just a lap prior. Comes into the pits for the hard compound tyre. He's all the way down in P7. He's also got wing damage, unfortunately. That's new. Was not there before. That's major wing damage as well, actually. Oh no. Oh no, is Lanny out of contention for a podium here? As Melvin in the Red Bull makes his way past Ryanair down into turn 1. Through turn 2 now, the Red Bull up to P2. He's going to be following everyone now running the hard compound tyres, except for Lanny, who has decided to pit once more. Bottled this one a little bit. But you know, everyone bottles some races. Lanny now crossing the line for a 131.103. He heard me. He heard me say that he needs to score at least one more point to make sure Melvin doesn't win by double the points of second. And so he's gone and got fastest lap. As Melvin now catching up to Gyro here. 3 attempts. He's going to have the DRS. I think we're going to see a Melvin overtake here. Chases down Mercedes. Doesn't even move. Expects Gyro to cede the position, basically. And Gyro does. As Melvin now is up to P1. So the race has settled into a pretty steady rhythm with Melvin now pulling ahead. Griever here, though, is going to try and disrupt that rhythm. DRS opens up on the Ferrari, and he is past JB here. Try and get ahead on track, get his way up towards P3. Then it's only, what, 10 seconds to Gyro? Oh, but it's a huge snap. He rejoins just behind JB, but that's that overtake undone. Unfortunately, he's going to be falling down to P5. Well, then he's in a position to capitalize off it. Or at least he's in a much better one. As they're racing through 130R, does he get the move done here? No, has to back out. JB's going to try it into the chicane. Just barely outbreaks Griever there, and he's ahead into the chicane. He's going to have DRS. Griever's going to have DRS. Yeah, not Jürgen. Ryanair, the only person who looks like he's going to be losing out here. As the Ferrari and Haas side by side, making their way up towards turn 1. Haas pulls a little bit ahead and manages to take the position. Comes up towards the line, and the Haas has a 131.8. Been on those hards for 11 laps, only a 10th slower than his personal best this Grand Prix. So it looks like the hards very, very strong tyres, barely wearing at least. I think position-wise we're pretty locked in then. Unless Gyro manages to get a puncture, it's lap 25 to 27. So he's got 2 more laps to stretch out these tyres. He's 1.4 seconds a lap slower though, so he's actually very much feeling the wear on his tyres. Griever and JB. JB, okay, 1.2 seconds slower, but Griever only 2 tenths. And JB's going to come up towards P3 here. As Griever now getting past JB here. On lap 26, we're on the penultimate lap. Melvin continues to lead 12 seconds ahead of Gyro here. Just an utterly dominant performance from Melvin, as you would expect. The Red Bull getting ready, making his way through 130R for the last time, down towards the chicane. Jürgen collecting a 3-second time penalty there, bringing him up to 6 seconds. Does that demote him down to P8? I think that just barely does, as Melvin crosses the line to win Suzuka for Red Bull, to take his final Grand Prix victory of the season. Yeah, Gyro now is going to be taking P2 here. And what a spectacular drive from Gyro to nurse those tyres. Almost 27 laps here. Almost the entire Grand Prix distance. Breather crosses the line P8, P3, sorry, not P8, only 4.8 seconds behind. JB P4, Ryanair temporarily P5, but I think he's going to get demoted down to P6. Yes, he is. Ricardo P5, Ryanair P6. Lanny is up to P7 as Jürgen here looks to finish P8. So Lanny comes up to P7. P4 if I didn't get a 10-second. True. True. It's just, yeah, one of those races where I think quite a few drivers are going to be looking at little things, you know.